Thank you for dropping back into Crypto Smart community. Let's do what we do best. Customers, shall we? Good evening, welcome, and I believe please share the link, share with others, let them join in, because actually the goal for the class is to ensure you guys be independent, learn what you need to learn about crypto. So I'm going to be starting from the basics because I know we have a lot of newbies that just joined us, people that don't even know much about trading, not much about crypto, or know how to place trades and all. I'm going to that's going to make me start from the cradle, like very from the lowest. So basically today we're going to be talking about psychology and introduction. Basically trading psychologies and introduction to trading. So share the link with others, share the link with your community, let them join. It's free for all. Like I said, the session is free, except if you're going to be requesting for personal classes, like one-on-one classes. That is not free. That's like me, my time. So that's not free. But every other thing I'm going to be giving, I'm opening it up to everybody to learn. The signals too, going to be giving it out to everybody to benefit from it. With the community of blockchain and crypto enthusiasts and traders, I'm very sure some will have been probably if you lack understanding about trading, you lost money in trading. Even this resistance stress, I'm sure some people actually lost money. Probably you lost money, or you lost confidence in trading. So I'm here to actually reassure your confidence and guide you about how to trade. This session is we're going to be having this section every week where you're going to learn how to trade, basically from being a novice to a pro. Basically, that's it. So all the things I've learned over years, I'm ready to share it out to everybody, to the community to learn, okay? And I would like to assure you that you don't need signal. You don't need to pay for signals to actually be profitable in trading. That's like very, very important. A lot of people actually think they only rely on people's signals, but if you understand the basics and you understand how signal works, you can actually pick your signals yourself. You can actually start giving people signals. And that is like one of my goals, making everybody independent. You don't have to, be a boss of your own, like that. So someone always asks me, like, why don't I post my PNL all the time? Why don't I share all my signals, like share my returns and revenues on? I don't need it, because I will only do that if my returns, if my living standard, if my profitability is dependent on you. That is, if I need your subscription to actually live, that is when I'll start probably doing advertisement about me, posting my P&L and all. I do it once in a while just to encourage people, but not like I'll start doing it every day, like so that I can encourage you to, if you like, get into it, if you like, don't. It's all up to you. So my profitability is not really dependent on people coming in, people paying for my premium class. That is why I just let's just open it to everybody to learn. So if you're having the mentality of, I want to start getting signal all the time before I can trade, I want you to actually release this mentality off your mind and be open to knowing it's easy and it's not easy. Be open-minded to actually learn how this thing works and how you can actually benefit from it long time. So I'm going to be talking about proper trading investment psychology, the things you should do, the don'ts and do. The do's and don'ts, yeah, the rest. The ones you should try to, because you might be tempted sometimes, yeah. That's why the first one is never borrow money to trade. Never borrow money from anybody that because I've made this trade, I made about 100 or 200% in this trade. The next, because I did not gain enough because my capital was low. So you have to go and borrow money from somebody to actually put it into trading. Never do that. Never ever. Trading can be very lucrative and can also send you to trenches. It can be very, very enticing. You can get addicted to it. Some people actually, most people right now are not trading, they are gambling. So being a good trader is very important. Understanding how to trade is very, very important. So if you don't have the proper skills, the proper mentality, sentiments, and psychology to trade, don't ever borrow money to trade. It is very, very important. So it is hard to promise fixed return, right? A lot of people actually, whenever you see it, then this is where crypto scam come in. When somebody will come out and it's going to start paying you 20%, 30% per month. Trading returns is not fixed per month. Never. I've tried it. I'm correct. I have people I trade for and that invested with me. My contract is out. I don't promised fixed returns. It's just a range of between 0 to 10%. That's the promise. So if you think you can work with that, fine. Why not? But working in a month, I might make more than that. In a month, I might not even make anything. In a month, I might be a loss. So that's what I'm saying. Trading, even as a pro, right? Trading is very, very risky, and it can be very time consuming. And earning fixed return, anybody that say they are going to be, or you projecting that they want to start any certain fixed return per month, it's actually market is not stable. That's what I'm saying, that the market is not stable, the market is imbalanced. So you cannot start saying you want to promise fixed return to somebody, or you want to fixed return for yourself. It is not possible. It is not. You might be close to it, but you can even do it for about probably 3, 4, 5 months before you know it, the next month starts losing. You start mixing up. So you should be very, very conscious about that. Okay? 3. Everyone loses money in trading. That is, as long as you know that, right? Once you know that to the back of your mind, that you can lose. And this is one of the challenge. This is one of the mistakes traders make. A lot of people actually focus on making money than losing money, right? If you focus on losing money, you make more, right? So if you focus on profiting, like, I'm focusing on making money, you actually might end up losing money. But if you focus on the probability of you losing the money, you have higher chance of actually making more. That is one thing I've studied over years. Like when I studied, and that is one of the things that happen with revenge trading. Revenge trading is when probably you lose money in a trade and you want to come back and make it by force. You end up losing that money. The money you just brought in, you end up losing it. So that's it. And basically because you're focused on making money, not focusing on losing it. Focus on losing money, you'll be more calm, more strategic in your dealings. So now you'll place a trade at loss. And within the next 48 hours, I was able to make back the money I've been holding for about a month. Like it's been holding me in position for about a month. And within 48 hours, I made back the money. So there are things you need to look out for. Those are things you need to keep in mind when you're trading. Next, start with small capital, please. If you're going to be trading, ensure you start with small capital. Okay, and if you have questions, please prepare your questions. If you have questions, please prepare your questions, and I'm going to attend to them at the end of the session. Okay, prepare a question. So let's go back to it. Start with small capital. It is very imperative for you to start with small capital, especially if you're just learning how to trade. Don't just going into trading like, okay, some of my friends just make $10,000 after inputting some money, and you just bring in your $100,000 and put it into it, and you think, oh, you're going to multiply within the next day. Shoot. One thing you should know that exchange is actually the monitor volume, right? They monitor volume from accounts. They manipulate the market. So when you're trading, make sure you start with, especially when you don't even know. Even if you're a newbie and you're just coming to trading, you don't even need money to trade. You don't need money to learn how to trade. I've been saying, I told somebody last weekend, they're like, "Ow, like you don't need money to learn how to trade at all." I'm going to show you how to do that at the end, possibly at the end of the class. Yeah, I will talk about that. So if I don't talk, please remind me. You don't need money to learn how to trade. That's the truth. You can trade and make money, and you don't need money to even start learning how to do it. Probably you need to pay somebody money to learn, fine. But for you to actually start knowing what it is to trade, you don't need money to do it. Now, next, do not invest in what you do not understand. It's very important. I think that is one of the things that happened with Luna. Yeah, many people. I didn't hold Luna. Funny enough, yeah, I didn't buy Luna. I only traded in Luna futures because I know I don't want to hold this asset for a long time. The only assets I buy on sports are the ones I know are allocated. I want to hold it for some period of time. I buy it on sports. But if it's just for short term, I just want to trade it for short term. It's futures for me. I'm more active on futures trading than sport trading. So if you don't understand the coin, you don't understand the project, you don't know what they're all about, don't invest in it. It's best except you want to gamble. When you invest in something you don't understand, it's not really gambling. You're gambling, you're not trading. Right? So if you and another side is you might not understand the project, but if you understand technical analysis, you understand patterns. You study the pattern and you understand the pattern, then you possibly don't need to understand the project, but you can invest in the project based on the pattern that is the technical analysis. That is actually still better than you just going blind into a project, into investing in a project without any knowledge. It is gambling. It is very, very bad. It is wrong. You might lose your money. That's the thing. Next, compounded. Yeah, I think a lot of people tried this. We even tried it once last year. Yeah, compounded trading does not always work with fixed return, and that's relative to what I said initially. That please, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know. Yes. Okay, like I was saying, compounded trading does not always work. You're thinking about, okay, I want to start making 5% daily. That's why they're compounded trading. 5% daily, 10% daily, or 3% daily. Then you just place your trade. We have a lot of bots doing that. I think Royal Q started with that and several other bot systems that said they will start giving you compounded trading. You will know over time, most of them crash. That's because it doesn't always work. You don't really, that's why I said anybody that start promising you 10%, 30% fixed amount in a month in trading, anybody that start promising, or you think because you've been making money, you want to start promising people that, let me tell you, it's not sustainable. It will not last. That's the truth. It can vary. And that's why I said I only promise, for those I trade for, I only give them between 0% to 10%. Somewhere at 15%, 0% to 10%. That's like the magic. That there are months that I just send a lot. Sorry, because of trading this thing, there's no payout today. After I save anyway, but there's no payout for this month. You understand? So they're used to it. I've been trading since for people since last year. Something like that. So when you understand how to trade, you know that nothing is fixed, nothing is constant. You can make 100% today, and next tomorrow you can actually you might get distracted or probably sleep on. You're supposed to put the stop loss and you slept on it, and you come back the next day and it's gone. It happens. Yeah, even to pro traders, it happens. Like a lot. So those are things you really need to put in mind. So having promising or expecting fixed return, or probably say you want to start making 3%, you want to fix your mind on making 3%. Like I said initially, focus on losing than focusing on gaining will make you more money than you focusing on making money. When you focus on losing, you understand what it means to lose. If you understand failure, it's like if you're going to solve a problem, you need to understand the challenge. You want to solve a problem, you need to understand the root. What's the cause of the problem? The fear of losing money will actually make you money. I think I should write a book on this. So next one, study price history and charts. I mean, even as a newbie, I always say it, even if you're coming, people coming to me like, oh, what coin should I buy? The first thing I ask them, how long do you want to hold the coin? That's the thing. So even you coming into the either crypto market or stock market or forex, whatever investment you want to do, study price history, the charts, the reversal indicators. Those are things you need to study. Everything is on the chart. Like I said, all the information you need is actually on the chart. Sometimes you might need to use indicators to be able to show you clearly, right? But all the information you need is actually on the chart. Fundamental analysis work here, and it cannot work alone. One, it works. Technical analysis also works, but technical analysis cannot work alone too. But you can actually use technical analysis without fundamental analysis. There are different kinds of analysis. We have technical analysis, we have fundamental analysis, we have astrology, we have on-chain analysis, and which other one? The sentiment analysis and trading patterns. So there are different analyses like that. So you need to understand, like the way I trade, I combine most of them. So at times I combine all of them together to actually be able to decide my entry and my exiting points. So those are things I'm going to be sharing with you in days to come, weeks to come, I'll say. So you need to study price history, you need to study charts, you need to study reversal indicators. These are things that you need to know before you start saying you want to jump into a trade, you want to start placing a trade. It's very, very important. Then also, like I said, be flexible. Don't be rigid. If you notice some of the signals I dropped in the group, I think early in the year, that is being flexible is when you're flexible, then you tend to use stop loss. Now, a lot of people do not know how to use stop loss. A lot of people use stop loss wrongly, and that's why they get triggered. I use it wrongly sometimes here, and I get triggered, and I get to lose money. Yes, I'm going to teach you the right way and the wrong way to use it anyway. So a lot of people don't know how to use stop loss, and that's why they lose money. And that is why you should be flexible. Be flexible if you feel like, don't get too attached to a coin, or don't get too attached to a chart, or don't get too attached to the fact that you're making money, or don't get too attached to the fact that you're losing money. So excuse me, be open-minded. If the trade is going against you, close it. Calm down. Relax and go out from the screen and study again before you go back in. It's okay for you to lose money. But the goal for a professional trader is actually to make more than he's losing. Yeah, when you're open to losing, but you'll be able to make more than what you're losing. That's the goal. So if you're open to losing and you're open to gaining, if you're open to losing, then you should be open to gaining. And if you're open to gaining, you should be open to losing as well. So put that in mind. The market sentiments always change. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can make a prediction right now that this price is going on, it's going to go up. Within 2-3 minutes, the market sentiment can flip. I think I did that during Luna when I placed the market sentiment for Luna is you can long it. And I think, yeah, that was, if you check the group for the calls I made from it, the later calls, done the initial, the first one was like perfect. I think a day or 2 days after, when Luna was dropping, I said it's going to bounce up around, I think around $5 or so. It bounced up around $5, a little. Then the market, I saw buy volume. That was when I said you should long it. When people longed it, I was even on long, and I just saw that this thing is going to flip. I just saw sentiments just, I think within minutes, sentiment flip between long and short, like between being bullish and being bearish. Everything just from being bullish flip to being bearish. I'm like, man, take a profit if you're in profit, protect it and get out of it. It changed. It's not stable. That's the thing. Because when the market, even technical analysis, like I always say, the green candles, the green and the red colors you see are indication of people's sentiments. And this is people's sentiments all over the world. You cannot really understand what's going on all over the world. Most of the time I don't listen to this. I just look at the chart. The chart will tell me what is going on, right? So looking at the charts can actually tell you exactly what is going on around the world, and you can be once you understand. It's not like trading psychology. You understand what the candle tells you, what people are thinking, what they are feeling, what they are doing. Then you can easily use that to your own benefit. That is what being a pro trader is all about. Understand the candlesticks. That's what it's all about. Okay, next one. Do you know that you can actually earn cryptocurrency without losing its value? Yeah. A lot of people do not know that. They think, yeah. Funny enough, I did not know, a lot of people do not know that until a friend of mine was asking me, I just buy this coin, just going out, to go up. Like, guy, there are stable coins you can invest your money in, right? There are stable coins you can actually put in your money and it will stay there. But most people do not really understand that. So as we have volatile coins, we have coins like, okay, not all stable coins are stable coins anyway. USD is an example, right? So that's true. For a stable coin to go below 0.3, that's something, right? So those are things you need to know. They are good stable coins, and one of the reasons why people actually go for USDC recently was because USDT they normally do monthly audits of their coins. USDT, yeah, I think USDT too was trusted because it has stand the test of time over years. It had actually gone through several bear markets, and I mean, not trading, right? Like I said, not trading is part of trading. If you're not trading at all, it's part of you trading. It's actually like probably a coin is going up. I think a friend was asking me, oh, you said we should buy this coin. I said, yes, I bought it. I already got out of it. After getting out of it, the coin was still did around 500%. And I did not participate. I didn't even go into it. And it's like, why? So I'm done. Like, that's it. If it comes back, I'll take advantage. But right now, it's already too up. When a coin started getting to points where I do not understand why it's still going up. I think Solana did that. Luna did that too. So I think I called Luna. I called Solana at the top. Solana did that. Wave did that. When a coin is actually going beyond, like it has gone into extreme level 1, level 2, level 3, and it's still going up. I know it's going to crash soon. Then I just get out of the trade, or I start preparing to short it. That's what I do. Okay? So when a coin starts going beyond you really cannot predict what is going to happen. That is, and you want to venture into that is you wanting to gamble. That is not trading, that's gambling. You don't understand why this thing is going up and it's still going up, and you don't understand where it's going to stop or the potential. I mean, trading is all about probability. If your probability of getting into this trade is going to make you lose, then and you went into it, then that's not like you're ready to lose your money. Or if you don't understand why it's still going up and you went into it, that is gambling. That's not trading. So not trading at all, not going into a trade is actually part of trading. It's a good way of trading. It's a good way of actually keeping your capital, not losing it. Then revenge trading, like I said, revenge trading is very, 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 very detrimental. Revenge trading is all about you placing a trade and you losing out of it. Let's say you invested $10,000 and you've been able to make your $10,000 to $20,000 within a month. and all of a sudden the market went against you and the money started going down and you lost the money. You lost the whole $20,000. And you now had to like, hey, bros, please borrow me $1,000. I must make I know how to do it. I can make it back and bring it back into it to invest. You can lose everything. Like everything. It has happened to me. I think it happened to me in 2017 or 2018 or so. I lost all my portfolio on BitMEX. And I went back again, like, I mean, I went out at 1,005. Everything disappeared within a day. After it disappeared, I put another $200, everything disappeared too. I calmed down. So like, I like it, just, okay, dude, chill. Just had to relax. Went out of I just left my system for a day. I think that was the beginning of my success. That was the beginning of my success in trading. I went out of my trade on business. I just closed the account. Like, I'm not ready for this one. I had to open. I have like 2 accounts then, so I just switched to my second account. I was just looking at it. I went off trading for about 2 days, and I was pissed. The reason why I actually went on that brain was I was pissed. Before I catch, now this is my story of trading. I think I should share a little bit of that. Like, before I actually went into Bitcoin in 2015, 2016, I had to tell God, like, I told a friend I want to go into it, and she said, like, God did not say I should go into Bitcoin. I don't understand it. So, whoa. And that actually prompted me to go and pray about it. So that's why sometimes when I mention God in my trading, it's like most of the things I know now or do now are not things I learned myself. Are things that are more like revelations. Most of the things I know in trading right now, most of the things I know in technical analysis are more of revelation to me. That's the truth. Am I losing money? Why would I be losing money? Like I told you. And I went to bed angry. And I woke up in the morning just like, oh, I remember the system. That's why I said you can actually start trading without putting your money. You don't need to put your money to actually start trading. So I went back to my system and I was looking at the chart and I was just hearing, it's like somebody was speaking to me, open this indicator. Look at this. This is how this is how this thing, this is how it's supposed to be. About 30 indicators then was the inspiration I just spoke to me, and I just opened and I was just looking at it. And I was getting clear understanding of how this special, I've been using some other indicator before. I get clear understanding of how they work, how they were supposed to work on business. And what I did was just took my paper, predicted, okay, based on this, I predict the price is going to get here in the next 1 hour or 24 hours. I went off. I just did that for like 2 coins and I went out. I came back after an hour, check it out. Man, it's already going to plan. Sometimes I came back. I did that for like about 3 days. I didn't put in any money, nothing. I didn't put any money at all. I just looking at the chart, do analysis, and I predict the price from here to here. And I went out, come back to it and check it out. It's going according to plan. Sometimes one is not going according to plan. I try to understand why it's not going according to plan. And that was what I did for about 3 days. Then I had to put in more money into trading. And that was it. Since then, I've been trading, and that even started trading for people since then. Like that's I say, you don't need money, you don't need capital to actively learn how to trade. Once you understand you understand the tools, you understand the interface, you understand the signals, the indicators, learn them, practice with it. Once you practice with that, then you can put in. Once you know that, okay, after practicing, you've been able to get confidence with. Confidence is actually what matters. You need to get confident with what you're trading, right? What you're predicting, and it's going according to plan. And you can put in small money, not big, small money at the beginning. Then start testing with the small money before you can increase your capital. That's the best way to learn how to trade. Not with you bringing large capital to come and learn. Bring money to learn how to trade at all. Then the goal is actually to survive long enough. Like trading is about, okay, you survive, and that's why I always bring out this point, like this statement: you're not yet in profit until you're close at profit. You're not yet at loss until you close at loss. That statement is good and can can lead you wrong sometimes. Sometimes that is when you get that's why I mentioned don't get too attached to a trade. So if you're not, if you're not closing at loss yet, you're not yet loss. If you don't close at profit, you're not in profit. You should know that, right? So it's all about trading. Is all about surviving long enough. It's all about increasing your capital as long as you can. It's not about you dying there. Right? Then grow your capital in stables. I think that's one of the stable coins is like one of the best blessings we had in crypto. I think the last crash, that was 2017 crash, I think stable coin was not really active then. Yeah, it wasn't really active then. So a lot of people actually got affected. But with the advent of the stable coins, I think they even propelled it here. Advent of stable coin actually has been able to allow people, when Bitcoin is dumping, it's not like a safe haven for everybody to actually go storing their capital, their value, right? That's why I say stablecoin, screw your capital in stablecoins. As much as you're growing in Bitcoin, growing Bitcoin, growing Ethereum, and Polkadot is yet to join, but I think it's going to join too. Growing Bitcoin and one also, Harmony, growing Bitcoin, growing Polkadot, growing one. These are long-term projection I'm playing. Ripple too. So I'm actually giving you the coins. I think the coins I said I'm going to be mentioning. I'm going to have to it anyway. I think I'm going to give you the coins that you can hold for the next bull run, right? And these are one of the fundamentals. Bitcoin is one of it. It's like the basis. You should don't even count it out. No matter what's happening in the market, you should always have a Bitcoin, at least some Bitcoins. Then what else? Ethereum, Ripple, Harmony One, Polkadot, that's Kusama, Polkadot ecosystem. They're very important coins you should hold. There's still some other ones that's going to come up later. So just stay close. Then go slow to go far. It's not about rushing it. Trading is not about rushing to actually make money or make some money quickly. It's about to the extent that you can actually survive long term. That's the goal, right?